That is the sound of every dirty ass bitch standing in the corner just waiting to fucking steal your man. Sounds like fucking Tinkerbell is in the area and she's here and she's gonna take him and you're gonna get fucking dumped.
Both of you don't have to ever talk about this shit. Just know that you moved on because Smelly, this is the weirdest thing I've heard.
Mistress, or just misbehaved.
What? So
And that is the sound of every dirty ass bitch standing in the corner just waiting to fucking steal your man. Sounds like fucking Tinkerbell is in the area and she's here and she's gonna take him and you're gonna get fucking dumped.
Oh my God, that is the start of our brand new podcast. And this podcast is about the thing that breaks so many people's hearts. There's even a condition that's called broken heart syndrome that's named after it. It's all about fucking breakups. And I don't know how many of us
I think we're going to be talking about some breakups today. But before we get into it, we have some really exciting news with you guys. Officially, the Missbehaved podcast is now sponsored by The Hub.
Big shout out to Azan Seth and Vikram.
If you don't know your last name, Vikram, we're fucking sorry. Okay?
Nandakumar, I think. That's what it is. If it's not, man, you can slap me later for it. But we love The Hub. We've been following The Hub this entire lockdown. I've been like, oh my God, they've got Siddharth Malhotra and some fantastic young artists and content creators. Yeah. Tanya, you were saying Thursdays with Tanya. They've had some fantastic episodes that are out there. What was it that? She's hot, man. And I
Tanya,
really
she's a great host. She's a great host.
All right. Are you jealous a little bit?
Of that? No, I don't know. Oh my God, dude, I can't say anything on publicly because I'm so awkward about it, and then people think I'm bitching about people, and I'm not.
I was just trying to put Priya on the spot. But we love both the boys. They've supported us, and every Monday we're going to be giving you guys a little tease, just like the tip of the iceberg, tip of the penis, whatever you want to call it.
The tip of his wee,
not Azan's or Vikram's, okay? Just that we're gonna get really dirty
I feel
naughty.
like, no, that's it. That's just sexual harassment right there. That's fucking
They're gonna
sexual
sue us.
harassment.
They're gonna be
right
like,
there.
episode 1 we're suing you bitches. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
No. But every
these
Monday.
two, girls went online and started talking about the tips of our cocks without us even having to talk about anything.
That's how your Monday begins, bitches. Yes, we drop an episode every Thursday, so big shout out to them. Big shout out to Arwen and to M.A.G.M.A
Studios. We're back, guys. Arwen has a new track out,
which is the revamped version of the song, which is the wedding song, the South Indian song they've added so much flavor to. We'll drop in his coordinates. Check out their new song.
Follow One Fred Away, guys.
Yeah.
Arwen's here. Taz is back with us. Yeah! We don't let Taz go home every time
and we also have a special guest who's going to be joining us in a later podcast is sitting. So we have a viewing audience. Can you guys just shout out, woohoo?
No, that's the one thing that I don't really love that Jane does on him. And she's like, woohoo. I'm don't ask me to
she
go
hates
woohoo.
it.
I'm
She hates
weird.
it. She's like, so every young person I asked to woohoo in the radio, they're like, there's no they don't know how to do it.
Woohoo, I'm like, what?
What are you saying? What's that bitch? Yeah. Anyway, so yes,
okay, guys, let's not divert.
Shall we get into the podcast?
Let's get straight into this shit.
We've decided to do this. So yeah, we're talking about breakups. You
how to get over a breakup.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing that we're going to basically talk about. But before we get into the whole scandal of it, you guys, your relationships end sometimes and it sucks, and some of you are great at getting over it. Some
relationships end sometimes. They end all the fucking time. And good ones.
Someone once came to me and said, Priya, give me relationship advice. And I'm like, fuck no.
I'm in the middle of 10 and I don't know how to get out of any.
But right now I'm not in the middle of any, but I can't.
But who is in the middle of you? That is the bigger question. Look at oh my God. Okay, I'm coughing. I don't have COVID, guys. Don't worry about that. But breaking up, okay, I have to tell you this story, okay? I'm gonna talk about this because the first time I broke up, I thought that's it. I'm gonna die. I'm never gonna wake up again. And this has now happened a million fucking times. My heart's been broken. I've broken hearts. And every single time I get out of it, it's like I have, infinitesimal periods going on at one time. Like I'm dead. Does that happen to you? Do you get attached?
Yeah. I fucking suck. Like I cry, I mope, I get really high all the time. Otherwise, also a bit like
I was
go
just
through
gonna
a
ask you
phase,
that.
But then I kind of like get out of it because I think I'm just really lucky to be surrounded by like people that I've had in my life for a very long time. So they've seen me go through boy to boy to boy and girl to girl to girl.
And boy to girl to boy to girl to boy to girl.
Ma,
How's
don't
that?
watch this fucking podcast. Turn it the fuck off right now.
I have to ask you, but getting over a guy, have you ever gotten over a guy by getting over him with a girl?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Is that something? How does it help? I just want to know, sexually speaking, how does it help?
Actually, there is a story, but
Really? I
yeah,
want to hear
I'm gonna
it.
like
Little
quickly,
bit.
like I'm gonna quickly like get it. I'm not gonna tell you the whole story. I'm just gonna tell you, I was dating this guy for a while, and shit was going sour either ways. And then I don't know why, for the fuck of me, I said, okay, you know what, babe, let's have a fucking threesome. And we did.
And then?
That relationship like literally instantly ended, and then the girl sort of like
Liked him?
moved into my house, and we were like,
Oh,
kind of-
it's the other way around. Eh?
yeah.
He got dropped like a hot potato. Boys,
No,
don't encourage
He wanted like I
threesomes.
remember how this ended. He wanted an open relationship with
Okay.
like another girl, and I was like, "Fuck no,
With the same girl?
no, a different girl."
A different girl. And so what happened to this girl?
She was living with me.
How long?
But I don't want to talk about.
Why
this
do I
story.
feel like this is an inquisition? Eh? No, I'm kidding. I'm just trying to ask you just to figure
it's
out
fun.
if it's nice.
Anyways, it doesn't
But
matter. I'll
how
tell
did
you
you
the
switch
story
it
in
up?
detail. I need to be
How
very
did you
drunk.
switch it up sexually? When you break up with somebody and you rebound, say, with a person of the opposite sex, I just want to know how it feels sexually.
Pretty good though. I can't deny that it's bad. I think women know what they want, so it's easier for them to give it to other women. You know, like you know where the
What do they
sensitive
know?
parts in like your body is. You know where the sensitivity in every part of you is. So
Okay.
it's easier for a woman to give it to a woman.
So if I ever break up again, since I've never done it, would you,
You
suggest
fucking
it?
call me. Okay.
Okay. All right, so we move on. Yeah.
Let's talk about the Kim and Kanye story quickly. This is
Oh, yes.
fucking trending
Okay,
right
so
now with
Kim
the whole
and
breakup
Kanye-
montage of like things that are going on.
Like Kim can't stay married to a thing longer than a guy who has a problem of getting it up and not getting it out at all. Like it's as small,
Yeah.
every marriage of hers. So we thought Kanye and her would go
I thought this was like solid.
This is
I
it.
used to admire them. I used to be like Kim
it
and
could
Kanye.
still be solid, by the way.
Yeah.
She says.
I really hope they work through it.
So-
I think I'll be very upset if they broke up.
You know, first of all, let's talk about the monies here. He's worth around $1.3 billion. She's worth approximately 900, whatever, like a little less than a billionaire. Together, they're this power couple. He wants to run for president. And she says, I will support you for 2024. But this year, we know you have mental health issues. You've called my mom what?
Balls, shout out to Chris Jong-un. And the man who had the balls to call her Chris Jong-un. Because there's a saying, guys, if you girls are listening in, you fucking know this saying. It's the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder.
Yeah. And you know, she's the perfect mom manager, but somebody had to call her out. Somebody had to call her Chris Jong. But anyways, he said, you know, his movies like Get Out and Kim and Chris are trying to come in and give him medication and fuck him up.
I think
but
the problem like starts also here with the fact that like Kanye went on Twitter and went so publicly about it.
so many tweets. But Tammy, if you have a bipolar episode, and I don't know anybody who's bipolar, but I've read that the partner being supportive at a period like this, you know, Kim has honestly been
I think she
supportive,
has.
right?
I
She's
give
not
her a
said shit
shout out.
about him, right?
She's been there.
Yeah.
She hasn't said one bad thing. And I think publicly she's handled it really well. When her husband bashed on the fucking
Yeah,
internet.
absolutely. And the latest is she's going to try and work on the marriage, and she's, you know, they've gone away with the kids, and they're like kind of trying. She's trying. And all I want to
really
say is for anybody who's going through mental health issues during a breakup, since this entire episode is about that, do you think how long a rope can the other person give? That's the question.
So there are two ways of it, right? Like, is if you basically give out a rope, sometimes you're going to keep giving out the same length of that rope, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere to sort of emotionally satisfy yourself and somewhere to emotionally satisfy the other person as well.
Where do you stop?
I don't think anybody knows that of where to stop, because sometimes when you give in, you just give in so hard. I don't know the boundary to it yet.
Right.
Because either I go like really fucking cold, or I get ghosted and colded at and left out in the cold or whatever. But
What do you
don't know-
prefer? Which is the better way to heal in a breakup? To be dumped or to dump? What do you think?
Dumping
according to you?
someone is harder, actually.
Yeah,
than
because the guilt
getting
lays
dumped.
on you all your life.
It's a lot more painful. But I think since we're talking about how to get over breakups in general, is a lot of people go into this whole phobia of to get revenge or not get revenge.
Yeah.
Which is quite
category
which is
do
actually
you fall
quite
in?
fucked up. No,
Yeah.
I don't really want to get revenge for me.
Right.
See, women, I'll say the same thing to you girls out there, is that if you feel like this guy has really fucked you up or whatever, and you really want to get revenge, for starters, don't fucking get under someone. That is like the dumbest thing you can do, is actually get under someone, because you're gonna go home the next day and feel like shit about it and be like, did I really just do this? And it's not even about your body count of the people that you're hooking up with. It's just that you're not gonna feel good about yourself. And I think
At
that's
the end
what
of
matters.
it, yeah. I've been
at
through
that
this,
point,
right?
right?
If I have broken somebody's heart and I've moved on, and I'm being very honest about this,
Yeah.
and I've done all the shit to get over that breakup, how many ever hookups and
Yeah.
stuff like that. At the end of the day, everybody is calling me a bitch, but that's not the real problem. I'm calling myself a bitch at the end of it. And I'm
It
like,
depends what you think about yourself at that point. And
Exactly.
if you feel shitty about yourself, it's going to take you longer to get over shit.
I think
for sure.
I think certain breakups I've never gotten over. Somewhere there's a slice of it that's there, and I don't know. Maybe it's good for some reason.
Because breakups like
to
take
stay
a
there,
piece
right?
of you,
Yeah,
they
it's gone.
take, and you lose yourself, and then you have to learn to find yourself again.
Yeah.
But I like that part where I have to find myself again. I'm always like super excited because
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I gonna do to get over this shit now?
That's a good thing,
You
right?
know?
There's a
Start
sort
a
of
podcast, guys. That's what
catharsis.
you should fucking do.
No, but you look like you're doing well, by the way.
Thank you.
So it means you're handling
Oh my
yourself
God,
better.
I'm gonna get so much shit for this. No, I'm good, guys. I'm good, But honestly, don't go out there and get revenge. If you're a fucking stand-up girl, he'll miss you more for sure, At a point,
Absolutely.
he's gonna be sitting there with a fucking lollipop in his mouth and thinking about the fact that he had better. And
Can I tell you how I was fucked over the most in a breakup, like through revenge?
Yeah.
This guy goes onto my Instagram account. He creates multiple accounts in the dark web, and through Instagram and through Facebook writes to everybody in my office, in the entire radio fraternity. My CEO gets to know. I get a call, and then I didn't know it was him, right? I thought somebody else was fucking with me. And this guy goes in, and I was in a relationship with him for a long time, enough to almost make it to the, to the whole. No, we were getting married. There was a date set and stuff. And then it thinks, okay, I fucked up too. I'm not saying that both of us were fucked up.
No, but what
right,
he
together.
did was just not excusable.
Exactly.
Like, for the fact that I see sometimes, I think guys, I've actually never heard a girl do this in my life. I've only heard guys sort of go on the internet and do all this. Like, how the fuck do you have so much time to go online and trash someone?
That's what it is.
You
When
know,
they
and
hate
do this
somebody.
crap.
No,
Like,
I
Twitter
know.
is not your dear diary. Creating fake accounts and doing shit on Instagram it's like the dumbest thing you can do to like fucking get over that kind of shit.
So
It's
he sends
bullshit.
my current boyfriend's friend, this is so bad that a friend, some nudes, regular nudes, and says this is Jane. And he tries to break up the current relationship, and then he wants to fuck with my life, my work, and everything.
That's
And
some
all I
serious
gotta
fucking
say is that
vendetta.
I had to find out, after being with a guy for so many years, from cybercrime, I had to file an FIR. This is how serious it went, right?
shit, that's-
And found out that this is a guy, and I had to call him and warn him and say, if you do this one more time, I'm gonna make sure your life is done. So I found out it took 4 months for whatever to open up. But my shout out to everybody is, and I'm not, I was equally fucked up in that relationship. I take ownership and responsibility, but to fuck somebody up after a breakup, it's gonna come back at you in so many fucked up ways. So do not do it. Just get the fuck over it and lose the bitterness, man.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
think
It's
one
what I
of
think.
my exes, so we basically made a tape, right? Like, and let's face it, a lot
What?
of us have fucking made tapes or whatever, right? And okay, I'm not gonna say
Was
that
it
leaked
sexy?
or whatever.
Can I watch it?
No, it was quite disgusting to be honest. Right?
Did you watch it?
So someone, yeah, of
Multiple
course I saw
times?
it, but like, he made a tape and then he went to his classmate in college, and he used to sit at the back fucking bench, and his friend told me that this guy was doing this, right?
And he
I
was showing
like,
it to everybody or just to
his
select
friend, like,
friends?
they were sitting and watching like that
What
whole
the
thing
fuck,
in
dude?
fucking class
That is-
without headphones on. And it's just quite fucked. I mean, like, I don't care anymore because I'm like,
Yeah.
there's so, like I've said before, guys, there's so much fucking porn out there. There's so much shit
No,
out
my
there.
question
Unless
is,
it's personal
even
vendetta,
if you
don't fucking
are
get affected.
taping yourselves for pleasure, whatever, for yourselves, do remember that a girl or a guy's life is at stake. You sharing it with people and showing off matcha, this is the chick I did, is not going to fucking, what if that was your, I know this is the worst line of defense, but what if that was your fucking sister, man? I mean, we don't want,
Oh,
it's to
fuck.
you. Keep it to yourself and die with it, bitch. Whether you're a girl or a boy, if you're taping yourself, kindly keep it for your own
Or
archives.
delete it. Just watch it and delete it. Because let's
Yeah.
face it, you're no like Steven Spielberg's sex tape. All that's there is a hairy guy's ass on top of you just going like
I don't think
with
it's
this fucking weird face, you know?
I think Pornhub is better, or wherever the fuck you're getting your porn. But if you're recording yourselves, guys, do not, girls, whoever the fuck is using this as leverage, we've seen girls do it. And some people have written to us that we are sort of feminazis, guys. We are on.
Someone's like, you're fucking misogynist and you're feminazi. And I was like, I'm a piece of shit, and I say everyone else is a piece of shit too, right? 'Cause-
Including me,
yeah,
sometimes.
And I always say I'm a piece of shit first, so fuck that. If you can't
Exactly.
take a joke, get out.
Come on. We're talking about everybody. Men, women, all kinds of orientations. We're truly talking about whoever the fuck it is. When you're dealing with a breakup, try and, if you're seeing this now and you're going through a breakup and you're really suffering from a broken heart syndrome or whatever, don't use revenge as the best way to get back, because it's not going to take you anywhere. Self-love, lots of ice cream, girlfriends, boyfriends, spend time with people you love. And
Yeah. Spend
that's-
time with your folks and spend time with your friends. Start a fucking podcast.
It sounds like what we're doing in lockdown anyway. It's like we're broken up with 2020.
Yeah, you're
Don't
mourning
wanna-
basically. So I think we want to give you the privilege of saying that you're allowed to have a fucking funeral.
You're allowed to
like,
mourn.
cry, sad, make a fucking playlist, go to your
No,
friends.
I have a line here. You have a right to mourn, MOAN, when you are MOURNING. You have a right to do that. Just, yeah. Have you done that?
Everybody has. I have to. Okay. Yes, I have.
How loud do you mourn? Are you like a loud or a silent mourner?
I'm a loud moaner. Like
Like
no,
that?
I don't know. I think it's like this whole split personality thing, and I'm going to openly admit this into a podcast. Like, I go full like Sailor Moon, and I don't know what the fuck is happening after that. Like,
So
my
can I
voice
get a
just turns
sample?
really
What's it
high-pitched.
like?
I'm not a baby pterodactyl.
So what does it sound like? I want to know.
I'll give you a guy's number. You call him and ask him after this. Well, that experiment was supposed to do either ways, right?
Yeah,
okay, we'll talk
someday.
about that experiment later.
Right, okay.
But guys, let's get back to the thing about like people getting over breakups. I know nowadays with social media that's out there, people are using that as like a huge platform to sort of express themselves and put out quotes and posts. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but then these are like your do's and don'ts for that kind of shit, right?
Don't shit on public media, especially if you've broken up. It's really, really, it makes you look stupid. And the next girl or guy who's coming in line is going to be like, is this how it's going to be after we end it, if at all we begin? So there's no start if you're going to end things on a wrong note. It's the same for jobs. You know, if you're breaking up with a particular job and you have an issue with your boss or with whoever, don't fuck it up with that person, because you never know that boss could travel with you to your next place of work.
Absolutely.
So just don't shit where you eat, right? Even if it's been a bad experience, be a nicer person and move on, because it's good for you. I think whether it's jobs or people, or whatever it is that you're switching on
I
out
think
of.
that's great advice there.
Yeah.
But you know what it is that really bugs me is
Yeah.
that people who go online and somehow start putting up quotes like, oh, you know, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't get me at my best. Shut the fucking front door. Fuck yourself and go to sleep.
Yeah.
I hate it when people do that. And then I read this other thing the other day where this girl was like, know me, no life. Know me, no life.
Oh my
You know,
God. Are you serious?
KNOW.
NO and
Yeah, and
KNOW.
I literally wanted to take my head and fucking walk into a wall and be like, my God, these bitches on social media are getting shadier and dumber by the fucking second.
Do you think I'm getting shadier and dumber by the second because of Insta Reels?
No,
Answer it.
it's
It's
just
okay,
your
you can be
thing.
honest.
I'm not an Insta Reels person. Like there are people who are creative and can do Insta Reels. I'm not like that. Like I
When
can't
have you
do
changed?
TikToks.
Why have you become nice? Are you saying you're okay with TikTok and Insta Reels?
No.
Fuck, I'm getting this in record.
Fuck that. Fuck Insta Reels and fuck TikTok and fuck all that shit.
Right.
That crap that's fucking out there. But
Yeah.
at some point, I know I'm going to be pushed into one of them. So whatever. Like I
You're
don't know what to
already
say.
on my Insta Reels, darling. So it's
fucking
there.
no,
You're
don't
there.
tell me
You're a
about it.
TikToker. TikTok. Officially now.
Are you like in touch with any of your like exes as such? I'm not going to say the first few from like high school and shit. I mean like the recent ones.
The recent ones, no, not really. I don't think I'm somebody who's kind of bitter. I don't like to fuck with them, but I just like to move the fuck on, because I believe if you go back to somebody, you got to like talk about things. So I'm just a loser that way. I can't be friends with my ex. Can you? Are you?
I'm friends, like I said last time in one of the podcasts, I'm friends with my ex from 10 years ago. Like, we're really tight. I'm friends with my high school sweetheart.
How
we're, like,
tight?
Best friends. No, we're just friends.
Okay.
And I'm friends with my high school sweetheart too. Like,
Right.
we're like family to one another. But any in the past few years, yeah, I've gone radio silence, ghosted.
Maybe
bye,
10 years down
sorry,
the line, you might
like,
be.
don't want to talk to you. I just don't feel the need to. You are you, I'm me. I don't want to like be a part of it.
I think
Blocked,
every relationship
gone,
is
deleted.
different, right? I mean, in the sense, every person is different. Some people are just
Yeah.
nice people. You realize you're not right for each other. You respect
Exactly.
each other. I hope every fucking relationship is like that, where you can respect the person and move on, and you're able to have at least a positive dinner table conversation with them someday in life later on, right? Shouldn't be like, you gave a piece of yourself to that person. Why fuck with the person? Why make it so bad? But yeah.
People make it ugly. That's the thing with breakups. Like,
Yeah.
you like, for instance, you know what my Twitter scenario is, right? Like, people are making it so ugly on Twitter. Strangers are coming to me and saying, hey, we seeing this shit happen to you.
There's one solution to that. I'm not on Twitter, so I fuck
I
Twitter.
just seriously, if I had the choice to delete social media, if it didn't have so much to do with my work,
Right.
I would have
You would
totally
do that,
deleted it.
right?
A
Yeah.
fucking long time ago, disappeared to an island. And
But
never
thanks,
fucking come
guys, for
back.
not breaking up with us on the Missbehaved podcast. We're happy that you're following us, and then you're writing to us. You're telling us about your stories, your threesomes and orgies, some of you, and some of you about monogamous relationships and being sweet and stuff like that. Yeah. Back to breakups.
Hooking up with the past when you've gone through a breakup.
I did that just once. It didn't work out well for me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? It doesn't.
No.
I don't think it.
I have. So I actually did hook up with an ex when I was like a really, really, really long time ago. Like, I think at least 5 years ago.
Mine
And
was like 10 years ago. Fuck, I feel old. No, more than 10 years.
yeah, no.
Shit. I'm
Like, yeah, and it just didn't feel as great. I felt like I'm saying, I just feel like shit about myself the next day. So I can't, like, I'm not the kind of girl who can have a one night stand or really like do too much of a fling with you. Like, I just can't keep that shit going because when I'm in a comfort zone with you, I want to be in a comfort zone with you.
Yeah.
And I just rather not half-ass
I
it,
think
so I don't. Like,
sex
either,
with the ex is a no unless you want to get back with the ex.
I think you're allowed that one bonus night where you
One
can
night
fuck your
only.
ex and fuck it out of your fucking systems.
and never
you
do
know,
it again. Eh?
Do
We've all done
everything
that.
you can, like double dive board off his bed, like straight onto his dick, like
What the
slow.
fuck? You're gonna
slow.
fracture his penis if you're gonna
No,
do
no,
that.
girls know how
Double
to do it.
dive?
Double dive, suck his fingers, suck his balls, fucking suck his asshole for all I care. But you get that one time to do it, and then after
You know,
that,
if
if you have any self-respect, don't ever.
I
fucking do it.
sometimes feel that I cannot get shocked beyond a point, but when you talk sometimes, I'm so shocked, and the people in the audience are also like, did you just fucking say that? Licking assholes?
It's called it's called a rim job, by the way.
I knew
And
that.
people are really into it. Look at Arwen nodding. Look at Taz over there. Taz is just like, अरे idea आया.
एक आइडिया सर्जी जो जिसने मेरा लाइफ
दुनिया
बनाया
बदल देगी. Right,
He's
Taz?
just, yeah,
Right, Taz?
he's just like, why the fuck am I here watching this podcast?
Okay, let's move on to telling people quickly about like our go-to methods to help people move on.
Okay, tip number one.
Find like your good friends. Just go and be with your fucking good
I
friends,
agree.
right?
I think-
even if you feel alone, there are some people on the internet that you can genuinely like make friends with. You know,
Sure.
just hit them up. Don't hit up a bunch of creeps that want to come to your house and like,
Yeah.
you know, don't do that shit.
Break into you while you're breaking up. No, not that kind of shit. I have a
Yeah,
very small
yeah.
story here. So, in the period before I'm in my, current relationship, I was just doing whatever the fuck. And I had this one friend, a big shout out to one of my best friends, Nitya. She's like your age, much younger than me, a decade almost. But the good bit is every time some shit happened to me, she was always like right there, and she was so good. She's like this person who somehow understands and knows by looking at a guy that I'm with whether he's right or wrong. And I'm not even joking. Every fucking time. It's
Sorry,
hot.
that was really
What? The story's hot? You always
Coffee
have...
burnt my tongue.
Okay,
Sorry,
as long
go
as
on.
it's nothing else. No, all I was just trying to say is when you break up, have that one friend who's there with you and who just somehow can see the good bits in you when you just feel like you are in the fucking toilet underneath. You know, the really dirty shit down, you feel like that after a breakup, of course, you need to have that one friend who picks you up. And she always has done it. And I think I'm better off. Don't you have a friend like that?
I have guys who do it for me. Like, I have guy
Friends who do
it for
this?
me, but then these are guy friends who've been in my life for like 18.
Yeah.
Like 15 to
You
18
told me
years.
the last time
Yeah,
this
yeah,
happened
yeah.
to you went to a friend, you guys like just chilled for the whole evening, and that
The
was
whole
so
evening,
good,
and
right?
I was like completely normal the next day. He was just like, get up and get on with your life.
Just
You're more
have
than
that one friend. One friend, guys. You don't have to have a fucking 1 million followers.
You
Even
have
if
to
you do,
like ride
one
the
friend.
wave, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to find a friend that you don't want to fuck and sort of just like ride the wave with them, you know?
Yeah.
And don't go into like hooking up with other people at that point. Eventually do, but give yourself some time to breathe till you don't feel crap about yourself for hooking up with other
because
people.
if you're hooking up too
I'm like, I have
raw,
no idea.
it's just gonna fuck with your spirit and soul. But if that's your thing and you'll anyway do it. But know that, you know, it's not the way to get out of it. Ultimately, you gotta make peace with it. Yeah.
If you're eventually gonna fuck without emotional attachment though. Like,
If you
don't go
can
in there
do that.
fucking with
Yeah,
like, the whole,
absolutely.
we're gonna get together and he's the one for me. And you were in love with fucking Tommy like 10 minutes ago and now all of a sudden there's some, I don't know, some new dude.
What's
right,
with that Tommy? We should use Indian names like Rohit or... I don't
Tommy
know.
can be Punjabi also.
Hey,
No, think about it.
Punjabi. Okay, fine. Tip number 2.
Tip number 2, make a fucking playlist.
Yes, I
Make a
heard
fucking
enough about
playlist.
this. Yeah.
And
like a breakup playlist or
make
like a road trip
breakup
playlist?
or a fun playlist at that
Right.
point. So the first you can do is make up a breakup playlist, and then I know you're gonna want to lay in bed and cry it out, because crying it out, I wouldn't be opposed to it. It is really healthy.
Get
to
the
get
emotions
it out, of you, right?
out,
And then
yeah.
every day, like put on like a fun playlist and just like fucking dance in your own room. Even if you're like banging to like 22 by Taylor Swift, or you're like jamming to some like fucking Wizkid or like Florida, whoever the fuck you're jamming to, right? Like, but do it, and it's really good because scientifically, once you dance, like there's a certain amount of like chemical composure that kind of gets generated in your body, and you do feel better about yourself.
I have a parallel tip to this. So make a playlist, or if you're somebody like me who likes to watch stuff online, watch happy things. During this lockdown, everybody has told me, don't watch and I love psychotic shit, right? I finished watching The Sinner, which is the most psyche series ever. Girl suddenly loses shit and kills somebody on the beach. That kind of shit. I'm into dark shit, but try and watch happy shit, at least when you break
into
up,
dark
because
shit too.
I'm into I got the undertones there. What kind of dark shit? Like big dark shit?
Well, the bigger the better.
All right, whatever. All I'm saying, that kind of dark shit is around it.
Arwen.
But okay,
Hi, Arwen.
I have no idea what's
What you
going on.
smiling at us for,
I have
Arwen?
no idea what's going on. All I'm saying is, you know, watch happy stuff. Okay, watch The Office, watch Friends, watch, I don't know, good stuff. Whatever is your thing. Watch happy things.
Call
Do
your
not watch.
girls, get your boys, do
Yeah.
movie nights,
Yeah.
you know, do that shit. Like, get drunk together, get
Yeah.
high as fuck
Go on a
together.
vacation together after COVID fucking finishes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. People who break up during COVID, what are they going to do, man? What are you doing?
I started a podcast.
And I love it. Isn't that a positive thing, right?
Yeah,
Cheers to
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Cheers to that. No, I got into like a lot of new habits for me in general. I started reading a lot more. I started writing a lot more.
Nice.
I started picking up on new skills. I think I got totally into just like realizing. So this is something that I want to tell people out there also. And we posted like a little bit of this on our Instagram page. If you don't follow us now, assholes.
Behaved
But,
podcast.
you know, there's no quick fix to like sort of building a relationship with yourself. And that's
Yeah.
where you always need to start. is
I
with
think
yourself.
you should always, no matter, I'm in a good relationship, in a good place right now, but I think we've realized that as the years go by, if you want to avoid the 7-year itch, 8-year itch, and I was speaking to Lord Jeffrey Archer just over the weekend. He's been married for 53 years.
Fuck
Can you
yeah, I
beat
saw
it?
that. That was
Like
awesome.
53 minutes. I don't know whether I can stay in a
Tinkerbell is here.
relationship. Yeah.
Tinkerho is
53
here.
years. All I want to say is that, you know, if you want to last that long, you truly got to love yourself, love what you do, and give the other person space. Like, if you're dating somebody right now who, for example, wants to go off to an island and desert you for a bit, for example, right? I'm not saying this is based on real life situations, but I'm saying,
Where did that come from?
I'm just
of course,
saying.
I want to find someone who wants to go to an island and desert me so I can go follow the man.
The
to, like,
person,
Sri Lanka.
right?
Let's go Sri Lanka.
Yeah, but all I was trying to say is, if the person, for example, is a sea and surf kind of a person and you're more grounded at this point in time, let him do his thing, you do your thing, and what if
That's the
eventually...
key to a successful relationship,
Exactly,
right? Is
exactly.
you have to focus so much on yourself
Yeah.
and follow your dreams and your
Yeah,
passions and
yeah.
just tag your person with you while he's doing exactly what you're
Be
doing.
a Kim and Kanye like they used to be. Not a Kim and Kanye right now,
be a
but yeah.
fucking Kim and Kanye that
Yeah.
Kim and Kanye were.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
he hates it that she wears her underwear and lets her kids be on Playboy magazines, and that's his problem with her. But at the same time,
But he knew that. He
yeah,
knew.
he
So
got into it
Kanye
knowing
West initially had predicted something that said, I'm going to do 3 things in my life. I'm going to fucking marry Kim Kardashian. I'm going to start a clothing line and be a designer. And I'm going to run for president.
and he's done 2 of it, and the third one he's announced it, and who knows? I mean, you need to have that sort of support, and when it breaks off is when you kind of are not able to align both your goals. But at least as long as you're together, be a Kim and Kanye as they used to be. I believe in that sort of relationship. Grow in your independent paths and still have love for each other. Priyanka and Nick Jonas, for example, I mean, these two, I don't know. Do you think it's
Are
a
they
little
still together?
Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
I was
Can
like-
you beat it?
I was like, whoa, did I
And you
miss
know when
something?
no, they're together and
Was
they're
I high for
happy.
that long that I missed it?
They have a new dog now. They've adopted one more to their fam,
yeah,
and
I remember this
so
on
it's a good thing.
Instagram.
I mean, if you can support each other and do your own shit, like she's signed more movies, he's doing more musical tours or whatever. Whenever COVID is down, I'm just saying those are celebrities. But even in real life, if you're able to support each other and support, somehow the feeling of growing independently, whether you break up or you stay together, it's just a happier way to go forward. I feel. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Next tip.
Absolutely. You've got like 20 more breakups where this is fucking coming from. So I'd say just like hold on. Like it's gonna get much worse, and then but it has to get much worse for it to get a lot better.
Absolutely.
You'll sometimes feel yourself in the rotting rut of it, but you don't have to actually convince yourself that you're alone.
Yeah.
Because you'll always have someone who can be there. You just have to go and find that person, right?
Also, don't find the wrong person.
Yeah,
I have
don't
to
get
plug
under
this
someone
in.
to find someone,
It's been
please.
affecting me for the last month and a half ever since we've lost Sushant Singh Rajput. It's like murdered my mind. There's so much of it in the news right now. We don't know if Rhea Chakravarti's girlfriend is in it or not in terms of the murder or suicide situation. But we do know she's fleeced money. And, I saw this little post and I want to shout out here. He had a girlfriend of 7 years who he didn't get together with. And then he had this girl who probably looks hotter. And then she fucks him up, steals his money. And today he's dead. We don't know whether she's responsible for that death. But all I got to say is know who's the kind of person you need to be with. If someone has stood by you at your lowest times, it's true. I mean, this is a quote you hate, but it's the truth. If you have had that person who's stayed with you through the worst times of your life, and if you've moved on, don't fucking move on to a dickhead who just comes in during your best times.
But that's what like most women do, right? We move on to the next bad boy we find.
And then we fuck
the
ourselves up.
hopes that we're gonna change him.
In his case, he went on with somebody who he thought better, but then she fucked him over. So the whole idea is find somebody who's right, who you connect with and love beyond the external self. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Go for the inside.
To get to another point, the
Yeah.
revenge body.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
Have you
it.
seen me? There's, I don't know, it's like
We've
no
never
revenge.
heard of revenge body, guys. We don't fucking care.
But I do know people who do this, right?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you
they
and
break
I are
up.
not those people.
We are not the
Like,
people.
fucking,
But
let's
there
just
are
eat.
guys I know, who used to be like whatever in one relationship and the girl was hot, and suddenly you see this guy overnight, like not overnight, over a period of 6-7 months, suddenly becomes hotter, or the girl does this. I don't
Yeah.
know if it'll help if it's for your health. and
Girls
you're happy.
always do sort of get hotter after every breakup. though,
Yeah,
you
I
realize,
believe
but
that.
I would never go into this whole revenge body thing. Let's get on to questions.
Okay, what's your question?
Questions. Okay, we have 2 really fucking juicy questions this week. Okay, I'm going to read them out and we're
Okay,
going to
go
discuss
for
them
it.
quickly.
Go
right?
for it. Yeah.
So this girl writes in, I've been dating this guy for a while and recently I found him sniffing his ex-girlfriend's underwear.
What the fuck?
He says it was just one time. It upset me and we decided to break up. A week later, he calls her and says that he got rid of everything and he wants her back, right? So she goes back to his place and she starts snooping around and she finds the same underwear. Like, this guy didn't even make the fucking effort to hide it properly.
What
She
the
finds
hell?
the same underwear, right?
And then?
So now she's like, guys, how do I confront him about how he's a cheating, lying asshole? But how do I do it without coming off as I'm snooping off?
Oh, like she doesn't want
She
him to
doesn't
know
want-
that she's seen.
She doesn't
yeah.
want people to know that she's a snooper, because once you're a snooper, guys tell everybody you're a fucking snooper.
Yeah, but then if you're snooping on your a boyfriend's,
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend's underwear, something is wrong. Smelling underwear in itself, I know it's a big fetish, but what the fuck? I hate it. I hate my own underwear. Like, I keep it 2 kilometers away.
What's
Who
to
the
smell
fuck?
their own snail trail? Guys?
Yeah.
Like, I don't fucking get this,
Girl, I think you just walk out on him. Or better still, I have an idea for you. Take another guy's underwear and leave it in his house. Yeah, just like that. Just get it from another guy. I know it's gross. No guy might accept to do this, but do this. And just leave it there and don't say anything. So both of you don't have to ever talk about this shit. Just know that you've moved on because smelly, this is the weirdest thing I've heard.
It's I feel like, girl, if you found this guy's underwear, if you found this girl's underwear in this guy's house, fucking confront him, dude. It doesn't fucking matter. Honestly, like, just don't give a shit. And if there's a certain way that you feel about it, like, say, you know what, I feel this way about it. Because guys are sometimes not the smartest. They don't get it. They like to hoard on certain shit, right? If you don't like it, just tell him, like, it's freaked you out or whatever. And then see, if he doesn't get rid of it even after that, fucking walk the fuck out.
Dude, get rid of him. First of all, whoever it is, if you are finding your boyfriend or girlfriend's ex's underwear in the house and they're smelling it, that's shit. They're going to be shit. They're just bad news. Don't dump, don't talk, don't confront. This is my idea.
Bring it up. If he doesn't respect your feelings, walk the fuck out. Walk the fuck
We're
out.
talking about fucking someone smelling.
Some guys are into that. I'm not
fine.
like opposed by
All
the
right.
fact that guys
Whatever.
are into that.
I would just leave the guy. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
Dump
just how
him.
Dump him.
Okay, next question. So this is really funny, right? And this is so freaky because this actually happened to me in one of my last relationships, and a friend of mine brought it up. She's like,
Sure.
I found a used condom in my boyfriend's house.
What?
And when I asked him about it, he said he just put it on the night before to masturbate. I find this story very shady.
Oh, girl. Okay.
What do you
He's
have to say about
definitely doing it with somebody else.
Yeah,
what the
I
fuck?
know. I had an
Who
ex who actually
masturbates
did
with a
this
glove
also.
on, man?
He's like, oh, it's just guys do this. And I'm like, you must
What?
think I'm really dumb if
Why the
I've caught
fuck?
you.
Yeah.
And I was also kind of dumb. So I was like, okay, you know what, whatever. But girl, take this advice from me. It's a shady story because it's a fucking lie. Guys don't masturbate.
Can
in
I tell you a
fucking
story
condoms.
related
That's
to
fucking
this?
Stupid.
Can I tell you a story? It's very
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
So boyfriend and I find this condom, like, who the fuck? Who is it? And he's like, baby, you were like very high last night. And I actually had done it. So it was us. But then I'm so paranoid that I see anything and I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'd see my own underwear and I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
One of those paranoid assholes. Like totally being like seeing our own underwear. You fucking cheating on me.
Oh shit, it's my underwear.
Mine only. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
You know, so if you find like a used condom in your boyfriend's house and he said he jerked off onto it, fucking don't be a dumb bitch. Walk the fuck out.
Yeah, and if you,
know, and
as
get
a
over
boy, suddenly see your girlfriend invest in like very sexy lingerie and she's never done it for the 10 years that she's been with you, that is also a very
red
fucking
flag.
red flag. Yeah,
Red
for both
flag.
sides. We're trying not to be misogynistic, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, we're not misogynistic.
So, if you break up and you have stories to tell us and you have no other way of getting it out, just write to us and we'll
write
talk
to
about
us,
your
call us,
stories,
come
yeah?
hang out with us. We're more than happy to sit and
Misbehaved
talk to you.
podcast powered by.
The Hub Bengaluru
And that's all that we have.
M.A.G.M.A
Oh,
Studios.
Studios. Big shout out to Arwen and to my man Vinay as well. 10
Saal
saal
purana
purana
corona.
corona. Break up with corona, bitches. This
Break
year
up
needs
with
to
corona.
finish.
Sanitize, wash your fucking hands, you dirty ass bitch boys.
Yeah, and if you're putting it into somebody's ass, please sanitize like 1,000x times.
What the fuck are you gonna sanitize for putting in someone's ass?
You
dude?
just talked about rim jobs. I'm saying be careful.
what do you sanitize
Stay
with a rim
sanitized.
job?
Yeah, I don't know. Just sanitize the rim, sanitize your hand, sanitize every bloody thing and make sure your sanitizer has moisturizer because just the alcohol could burn the ass. Okay.
Oh
That's
my
it.
god!
Love you guys. That was episode number 4.
Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram under Jane_Jaikumar and Priya_Rangan and the Misbehaved podcast. See you guys next Thursday.